Hey everyone! Welcome back. So today we are going to talk about something crucial for our feminine embodiment. And this topic is unfortunately sometimes overlooked. I am talking about releasing the past. As women in our feminine energy, we often carry emotional memory in our bodies, and sometimes unconsciously, whether it's a broken friendship, an unresolved relationship, or even shame from a version of ourselves that we no longer identify with. Holding on to the past actually weighs you down and it depletes you of your feminine energy. When you are in your feminine energy, you are in your flow, you are present, you're intuitive, and you're soft. But the past, when it is not released, it creates tension in the body and rigidity in our hearts. It causes you to protect instead of receive. It causes you to control instead of trust. And you close yourself off instead of being soft and open. So, this episode is your invitation to gently begin letting go. Not just with your mind, but with your entire body and soul. So let's go ahead and get right into the episode. So like I stated, when you are holding onto the past, it blocks you from your feminine energy. So when you're in your feminine energy, you are thriving in the present moment. But when you're holding on to who hurt you or who you used to be, your nervous system is actually staying in defense mode. And this affects how you speak, how you love others, how you respond and react, and how you attract what you want in your life. I want you to know that if you don't face your past, then you are doomed to repeat it. If you don't heal your wounds, then they will actually follow you wherever you go. Because even though the wound is not your fault, the actual healing is your responsibility. So we need to step up, take accountability for how we are moving through life, and start the healing journey if we have not started it already. Otherwise, like I said, those wounds are going to follow you wherever you go, and you are going to bleed onto people that don't deserve it. And I honestly say all of that to say because you're not going to be able to let go of the past by over-analyzing situations and trying to change or control people's actions. It happens when you start taking accountability for your life and outgrow the version of yourself that was in that particular situation. It truly sucks when we have things in our past that have hurt us, but it's important not to dwell on it and to hold on to it for so long because it can eat away at you. You have to be willing to let it go. You have to be willing to leave people where they were being weird at. You can't change or control their actions. You just have to be willing to let go of the past and move forward. And it can be hard not to keep reliving the past and keep remembering what happened to you, but you need to learn how to discipline your thoughts because being stuck in the past can actually cause depression or lead you to be depressed. And this can be the same for when you're thinking too much in the future. It's important to be present in this present moment. That's where your feminine energy thrives, and that's where you actually are living your life. You're not living in the past and you're not living in the future. Because being worried about the future can cause anxiety. So the best place to be is the present, like I just said. And if you are someone who is struggling with letting the past go and just holding on to things that have hurt you, just know that the past happened. And there's nothing you can do to change it. So stop labeling your experiences as good or bad. This is going to help. This is going to help in such a big way. You have to stop labeling your experiences or your past self as good or bad. They were just experiences. They were just situations. And just leave it at that. Stop labeling it. And you did your best. Just know that you did your best in the past. So it's time to let go and move forward. Acknowledge that it was just an experience. Acknowledge that you did your best then. Let it go and move forward. And I think it's important that you guys know that when you are constantly thinking about the past, you're creating an incoherence within yourself because your thoughts are actually shaping your reality. And your body is actually going to be stuck in the past because your thoughts are creating confusion. If you keep constantly thinking about the past, your body is not going to catch up with you where you actually are in the present moment. Your body's going to be stuck in the past. And if you're worrying about the future, your body's going to be stuck in the future. Your body is not going to be able to live in the present moment. So you're creating an incoherence with your mind and your body when you are constantly thinking of the past or the future. So it's important to learn how to be grounded and be present in the present moment. And also, when you are struggling with letting go of the past, or you are in a predicament in your life where you have to let go of the past, letting go of the past is not about condoning things that have hurt you. So it's not brushing things under the rug or pretending like they didn't happen. No, because that's very unhealthy. You don't want to suppress any emotions that come up, especially when you are hurt, especially when it is a painful situation or experience for you. Letting go of the past is not about condoning the things that have hurt you. It's about letting go of the hurt so that it doesn't continue to hurt you and hold you back from moving forward. So I want to go over some signs that you are still carrying the past. 1, you replay conversations or moments in your mind, and you're constantly doing this. 2, you hesitate to open up and fully trust others. And 3, you sometimes feel guilt, shame, or unworthiness that doesn't match your current self. So if you're experiencing any of these signs, I want you to know that it's okay. I've had multiple moments where I just knew I was still holding on, but it's important to acknowledge what you're holding on to so that you can be able to let it go. Because if you're just going through life on autopilot and not aware of what you're holding on to from the past, this can really eat away at you. And it's like when you have a wound and the thing that wounded you is still stuck in you, that's the same thing as just holding on to your past. You're holding on to the weapon that has hurt you. And you have to let it go in order for that wound to heal. Otherwise, you're just holding it in place. You have to be willing to let it go, but you have to acknowledge what has happened to you. So brushing it off and pretending like it didn't happen is actually a way of holding on to the past as well. And I say that to say everyone has a painful or traumatic past. We often hold on to the past when it is painful or traumatic. And this unfortunately creates stress. And that's just how it is. But the key is to accept the past. You need to validate the pain, your resentment, your anger, your sadness, your regret, and your guilt are all okay. These are emotions that you experience as a result of what happened to you. And these emotions are not good or bad, they are just emotions. So take them as they are. You'll need to create compassion for your pain, and then you can actually start to release it. And I actually have some affirmations for you all to say to yourself, so you can come back at any time to replay these affirmations. You could save this episode so that way you can have easy access to it, so that way you can replay these affirmations whenever you need to hear it. You can even write it down. Just know that you're always able to come back and say these affirmations whenever you need it. The first one is, I release all judgment towards my past. I am at peace with all of my past events. The painful events of the past have helped me grow. I give myself permission to be emotionally free. I am grateful for my past experiences. They have taught me so many lessons. So in other words, you have to actively choose to commit to your own growth by outgrowing the old version of you. You are not the same person that you were in the past. You're not even the same person from yesterday. So it's very possible to release the past, but you can't erase it because your past has provided you with the wisdom that you have today. It has taught you so many lessons. So you can't erase the past, and don't wish that you can. What has happened to you has happened already, and you're safe now. You're not the same person that you were when that experience happened to you or that situation happened to you. So try to treat your past and your past self with some compassion. And I say all of this to say, as long as you don't forgive the things of your past, you'll keep hurting yourself. It's quite literally like drinking poison and expecting the person who hurt you to suffer. Because it's not hurting the person who hurt you. It's not hurting the experience that caused you hurt and pain and grief. It's hurting you and only you. And I want to talk about how releasing the past heals your feminine core. you become more emotionally available to yourself and to others. And your intuition actually sharpens because you're not stuck in survival mode. You're more coherent with your body and mind, and you are more in tune with yourself. So your intuition is naturally going to sharpen. And then you're going to also radiate peace. And that peace is going to be so magnetic. You're going to start attracting the things that you actually want in life once you start letting go of the past. And Neville Goddard has the revision technique. And this technique is something you can use to help you rewrite your past. You start by thinking about a painful past situation. Then you use your imagination to visualize a different outcome. So I don't care what the situation was. If it was painful to you and hurtful in some way, I want you to imagine it and visualize a different outcome. You'll need to visualize this over and over again. So it might take a daily devotion for some people, but it might be a one and done deal type of thing for other people. But once you envision or imagine the new outcome, it's important to acknowledge the new feelings with that new outcome. So that way the past is not bothering you, or that painful situation is not bothering you as much. And I want to say that it's very easy to beat yourself up over things that you did in the past, or situations that you put yourself in, or people that you interacted with. I myself did it. I did not, keep the best company when it came to friends and romantic relationships. So there was a point in my life where I was beating myself up for making these decisions, but I had to remember that I did my best. No matter what, I was always doing my best. And my best is not the same today as it was then. But once I forgave myself for the version of me who put myself in those types of situations, everything softened. I didn't have to perform anymore. I could just be authentically me. And with me going through so many trials and tribulations with people in my life, experiences, situations, etc., it took me learning a certain amount of lessons for me to actually step out of my healing journey and into my becoming journey or era. So I was going through so many life events and lessons and trials and tribulations. And with my biggest lesson, after my biggest lesson, which was this year, I was like, I'm done with struggling. Life has to be better than this. And after I decided I want it better, it was so much easier for me to release the things of my past, because I didn't realize I was still holding on to certain things. I've been on my healing journey for years, but it took me deciding that I just needed better out of life. I was like, I know life has more to offer than this. I can't keep going through painful lessons for the rest of my life. And you're not supposed to be in your healing journey for your entire life. Yes, you can grow throughout life, but the lessons don't always have to be so hard. You don't have to struggle. Life is not meant for you to just keep on struggling, struggle after struggle, hard lesson after hard lesson. It's not meant to be that way. And if you are someone who is also experiencing hard lessons and very big life events, just know that your moment is coming too. It will hit you. It's like this huge epiphany. You'll just know you're done with the hard part of your life. It's kind of like when you finally detach from that toxic ex or that toxic friend. It's just this huge sigh of relief, and you're like, the hard part's over. It's going to hit you. I can't explain it. That's the best way I can put it. But the hard part is not meant to last. So the big takeaway from all of my little spiel I just said is it's important to cultivate joy in your life so you can live as your authentic self after you're done healing. So in order to help you guys, I actually created a 21-day guide to help you curate happiness and joy in your life so you can start focusing on the positive aspects rather than the negative and past experiences that you have had to experience. So this guide, it's going to be a free ebook that you can download, you can print out, you can put it on your iPad. It has journal prompts, it has yoga poses to help release stored trauma in the body. It's this whole thing that I put together for you guys, and it's absolutely free. The link for it is going to be in the description for the episode, and it's actually, I'll probably put it in every episode from here on out, just so everybody can have access to this information, because I really worked hard on it, so I want you guys to have access to it. And it's important that these things are free, because I feel like these are things that everybody should know. So before we close out this episode, I just want you guys to know that letting go doesn't mean it didn't matter. It means you matter enough to stop bleeding for something that's no longer here. Today, you choose peace over patterns. So I want you to take a moment before we end the episode, place your hand on your heart, breathe deep, and say, I release what no longer belongs to me. I trust what is unfolding now. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love you guys for being here. And until next time, stay soft, take care of yourself and your heart, and keep on glowing. I'll talk to you next week.